Hey guys, Mr. Hollow Point here, and we're coming at you with an itty bitty video. What I want to try to show today is just the speed and numbers on this new 400 grain hollow point for the 58 caliber. Now this bullet will work in all 58s. XP Airgun 58. If Extreme Big Bore makes a 58, it'll work there. For a Quackenbush 58, I got to size it down because that's a 575, not a 580. But I designed this 400 grain hollow point for the Zeus. The Zeus 58. Because these guys want to be able to go to the long distance shoots with a lightweight bullet that is just dead nuts accurate. DNA, and that's what we've designed here. When I say we, I'm speaking to King's English because it's me. So, again, you've seen me do the 58 Zeus a bunch of times. A couple things I wanted to point out. First of all, I've got two barrel bands on here from David B. at Black Arts Design, because I always feel that if man's got a big pipe, he needs to keep his pipe strapped. And two barrel bands to me is better than one. I'm not a harmonics guy. I'm sure there's some scientific stuff in there, but I'm not watching reruns of numbers right now, so I don't figure that out. But what I wanted to point out on these Zeus barrel bands is there is two, one on this side, one on that side, two tightening screws, okay? I've made the mistake of just tightening one because the smaller diameter caliber barrel bands only have one nut and bolt tightening together. The Zeus, the 58 and the 72, have two screws, or Allen nuts, or whatever you want to call them, pulling together. So, because a few guys have called me saying, Bob, it started out good, but then it kind of got loose. And I asked, did you tighten up both? And they, just like me, I thought there was only one. And I said, no, there's two. Look on both sides. So just make sure, if you think you're a bit loose, you know, here, make sure both of them are tight, okay? So that's just, you know, reminder tip on that. So 4,500 PSI is what we're going to put in this, because that's what it calls for. And if you remember on my Zeus videos, 4,500 plus, that first shot uses a lot of air. The sweet spot where the air consumption is tighter together is somewhere around 3,900-ish based on the weight of the bullet. Now we're shooting a 400 grain, so I don't know what that's going to do. How much air it's going to use as that bullet starts to move. You know, resistance has a lot to do with it. So let's do some shooting, and we'll come back at you with some numbers. And, by the way, look at this fancy shirt. Customer sent me this. Thank you so much. Another customer sent me this fancy hat. It's got a bullet here, and it says, just a tip, I promise. Just a tip. Bit of innuendo there. I'm not going there. All right, guys. Let's do some shooting, and we'll come back. We've got the Zeus 58 aired up to 4,500 PSI. Got the great cami on the end. Got my 400 grain that I designed specifically for this. And we'll get some numbers on high power. Okay. Here we go. All right. Already in the back cave. like I'm always readjusting this. Five shots. All over 1,000 feet per second. We'll go check it out. So I know this isn't like the greatest in the world, but that's 5 shots right there. You know, out of the Zeus 58 with that 400. I mean, these babies are climbing on top of each other. But with that speed, I mean, what else can you expect? I can't wait to get out at the long distance and see what she does. So this is the new 400 grain that I designed for the Zeus. AEA said that they want to be able to go to RMAC and the EBR and those long distance shoots with a 58. They wanted a 400 grain, a little more aerodynamic, lightweight bullet. So of course, since I don't really like solids, if I'm going to spend that type of money, it's going to be aerodynamic hollow point. So that's what we have for, well, just under, it's just right, you know, like 398. So just, I'm calling it 400 grains. And it's screaming pretty good. I don't know if you can see those numbers, but look at that. We'll get the old foot-pounds here in a minute. The shooting, as always, is somewhat boring, but it's a little more manageable here in the basement with the cami on the end of this. So, 5-shot string, starting at 4,500 psi, ending at about 2,700. Now, that first shot used well near 1,000 psi, which tells me that there's not a lot of resistance with that little bullet. I mean, it's just zinging. So then from 3,500 to 33, it's around 200 psi per shot. At least, and that's my gauge that I'm reading, is cockeyed and off, which could be, but I'm using around 200 psi from 35 down, and it actually was consistent. I mean, no regulator on this at the moment, but I was very impressed that with that smaller, lighter bullet, it wasn't using as much air per shot. What it's like outside in 25-degree weather, I don't know, but right now in the basement, it's nice. So 1,191 feet a second on the first shot, 1,260 foot-pounds. I mean, that's a lot. Last shot, 1017, 918 foot-pounds. So basically 900 to 1,200 foot-pounds, 5 shots. It's not shabby at all. This thing is screaming out there. I'm getting a few reports back from some long-distance shooters that are playing with this 400, and they're telling me that they are extremely satisfied that it is a tack driver. So we shall see, and we shall see. We're going to get out and try some more. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Like I said, it's a short video just with this new bullet. I wanted to get some basic numbers on there and show off my Christmas stuff. So thank you guys for watching. You got any questions, hit me up. If you have any questions about the Zeus, this was sent to me from Terry Fox at Fox Air Power. So you can give Terry a jingle. And that is it for now. Thank you guys, and we'll come back at you with something else hopefully not too long from now. See ya.